Hey guys, this is Pedro back with another interview covering Valorant Champions 2024. For this occasion, I'm here accompanied by Sayf of Team Vitality, who are coming off of a loss to Trace Esports at the opening match of their group stage in said competition. So, Sayf, like I said before, thank you so much for taking the time. Unfortunate that it's coming off of a loss, but still, such is the way in these types of matches. Just want to ask you the obvious first question: how are you feeling?
It feels pretty bad. Feels like it's in a loop from last year to this year. But overall, it's just the waves you have to go through, I guess, in terms of development. So it's okay.
Interesting you mentioned loop. In what way? Like from last year?
Last year I mean, I didn't win a single game at champs, and it just reminded me of that feeling when I was in the game, basically.
No, for sure. Yeah. Now going over to the series. I mean, of course, giving a little bit of a rundown. Ascent could have gone either way, especially at the very end. Obviously, went Trace's way. You came back in Sunset, losing in Bind. Then after that, um, a little bit of it was already covered in the previous press conference that happened a few minutes before this recording. Just want to ask about your point of view on the entire series overall. Of all the issues that kind of affected the team in trying to finish with a good result, what do you think was the biggest issue that prohibited you guys from making that happen from your point of view?
It's nerves and inexperience and bad adjustments. It could have went either way, to be honest. We could have even played good on defense on bind. It's just the adjustments weren't there, and we had to pay the price for that, I guess. So
Yeah, Gorilla said in the press conference that, especially on that second half on bind, I mean, Trace was just literally running at you guys, and it kind of did it in a way that maybe stymied you guys in that time frame. What do you think about that kind of aspect? Do you feel that the team kind of wasn't able to perform the way just because of how overwhelmed you guys were because of Trace, or was there anything similar to that
yeah,
facet?
I think part of it is because we were overwhelmed. Obviously, I mean, I just think it's a combination of nerves, and then you lose the anti-eco, and then you feel nervous, and then all these things, and I think it just piled up a bit, and they were in your face all the time, so it's just hard.
Was it just because of the fact that a good number of your teammates are competing in an international event for the first time? Do you feel that's part of the reason why you said the team has been affected by nerves and stuff?
Yeah, I think part of it at least. I mean, everyone wants to do well, and they set expectations for themselves as well, and they're human at the end of the day. So it's like sometimes it's too much for the brain, basically, and you kind of get overvolted, and that's fine. I think you have to go through things like this to come out better, and we still have a lower bracket to play. So
What do you think are other facets that kind of affected the team's mentality besides, the obvious debut jitters that, as I alluded to, affected the rookies in the
a lot of
squad?
us are sick, making excuses, so that could be a factor, I guess. I mean, we have a few people with some high fevers, few people with a few bleedings, and it's okay. I think it's just could be very immense, like building up to this game, and obviously the work has been a bit less because people are feeling bad physically. So yeah, that's a part of it. I feel as well. I can't blame them because, like, bro, if your body's not cooperating, it's not cooperating. It's just like
Are
that's
you
what it
fine?
is.
Like, are you
No, I
experiencing
only
that
had a
kind?
cold to be honest, but I think Sender and one of our coaches, and then Kim Kicks and Trex all got absolutely bezoinked by something, but it's okay. I think they're doing well on their recovery. I think so. It's fine.
Man, that's obviously unfortunate that such a thing is happening to the team at this critical point of the year. Obviously, hopefully, y'all are able to get better health wise and just get better from today. Well, yeah, that said, I was going to also ask about how the team's kind of been preparing, but since you mentioned the team's health issues, I would say that it's not been very well at all. Uh, Still, on top of that, how have you guys been kind of trying to move on from end of VCT EMEA Stage 2 to now with what little time you guys had at your disposal? And in on top of just dealing with health issues, what are some of the things that the team kind of emphasized with the little time you guys had?
I think we emphasize a lot of smaller things, smaller plays, because we can't change the bigger picture and bigger fundamentals, but more macro and micro on the maps we already have. And I don't think. I mean, I guess there's just that. We just focus on micro and macro because also it's been hard. I mean, even with little time, it's like when people are feeling bad, people couldn't do as much work as they normally do, and it's just hard to coordinate things. I mean, in general, past week has been rough, but people are soldiers, so they're fighting through it, and I think, yeah, it's just that. That's all.
Yeah, for sure. Want to ask you about? Sorry about that. Want to ask you about just sort of how do you kind of look at the team's overall map pool as you guys set it into the second match of the group stage. We've seen you play a bit of Bind and then Ascent and Sunset. Obviously, Sunset is your strongest map. I would say you can correct me if I'm wrong there, but besides that, what do you think are how do you look at the team's map pool strength, and what do you think are the things that the team needs to work on in order to just sort of improve in that aspect also.
I mean, we match the map pool of most of the people in our group, so I think it's both. It's a double-edged sword because we play the same maps. Their best maps are our best maps, and our best maps are their best maps. So obviously, like, yeah, I mean, we can play a bigger pool, yeah, but in this specific group, it's like we're kind of matching each other well. I feel.
Mhm. That said, next match is against, I believe, Talon Esports. Uh, Next match, elimination match. Do you obviously? I want to ask if the team might be feeling a little bit of pressure now that you guys are in the lower bracket of your respective group, and what do you think are the biggest impressions that you have on Talon on top of that?
I think Talon is a good team. I like Cruz. I like everyone. I think they play good Valorant. I think they're very tightly knit. And for us, obviously, I think we have some things to clean up as a team. And yeah, I mean, feelings wise, I don't think anyone should be feeling pressure, but I can't speak for them. Obviously, you get the first game out of the way, you're in the elimination one. If you want to cling on to something, fine, but now it's already like, just fucking just sail the boat, bro. That's all there is to it. Just sail the boat at this point. So hopefully there are no nerves, but obviously I can't speak for them. For me personally, I can speak. I could say, like, it's gonna be fine. I just gotta fight through it.
For all the things that the team has to address, what do you think is the most important for this next match?
Uh, Finding our feet again in terms of synergy and being able to adapt on the spot, I think is a good way of saying it.
Okay. I understand that. Safe. Really appreciate you taking the time during this interview, despite the loss. Really do appreciate you sharing all the information you shared with me for this conversation, and of course, best of luck in the next match.
Thank you.
Thank you.